cheap, dude. That game sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks.
That game is awesome.
It's
That
trash.
game is not like you're crazy.
Man,
And just because you're a loser with no friends, bro.
it's like, dude, I'll play online, guys.
Hey everyone.
Like,
Hey everyone, laugh at Liquid. He's a loser with no friends. What? Everyone, look at the loser.
good morning, good afternoon, and good evening as the Microtransaction presents an all-new Microtransaction episode. I'm your host, Liquid, and joining me today, I got the man who puts the action into Microtransaction, Chris. Chris, it's Friday as we're filming this. How are you today?
I'm doing alright. Like with all things considered, we got a little taste of Infinite. We had some Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
We had a little bit of everything. We had some Death Stranding. It was like a little bit hodgepodge of video games all weekend, and it was good video game vibes.
Right. Yeah, I'd agree, 100%. It has been good video game vibes. Same here. I've also we just played the Infinite together, like you said. That was fun. We tried a little bit of the Call of Duty beta, which we're gonna get into later as well. That one, not so much, but we'll get into that later. I purchased Ken of Bridge of Spirits. Can't wait to get into that.
Oh, you bought it?
I did purchase it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I bought it last night. I plan on starting it probably tomorrow. I beat Deathloop. That's exciting.
Oh,
yeah, that was cool.
What you think?
I feel like it suffers from the same problem I feel like Arcane usually has. I feel like their endings are not the best, but it was still better than like I feel like Dishonored was originally.
Okay.
So but overall, I liked it. It's still good. I part of me kind of still wants to go back and sort of see what I've missed. So we'll see. But yeah.
So you beat a game and you kind of have the itch to still go back. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I beat games and I'm beating games. I'm like, cool, that was really good, and then I delete that son gun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree. I think Game Pass got you that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you could just easily remove, download. I'll download it again later. Why not? But yeah, no, that's.
I do be downloading and uploading games like a motherfucker.
Dude, for real. I don't think anybody downloads and uploads or downloads and deletes games like you, bro. Like, I've never seen anybody do it as much as you. And so the thing is, like, not only do you do it, but you don't even care. You're just like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's just like,
yeah,
let me
it's
get this
there.
wire out this way. All right, there we go.
Was
But
there
yeah,
a wire in the way?
there was, but I already took it out. It's done. It's no longer. I kind of need to move this a little bit. Here, let's get this away from me. Just a little bit.
Yeah, bro. Come on,
Just a little bit.
show
See the face.
Show the people your pretty face.
I gotta show the grill. All right, but well, first of all, before we get into the show, I want to remind everyone to please like, comment, subscribe down below. If you're feeling generous, join our Patreon, and if you just want to stay up to date with all our latest content, ring that bell. It's always a good time. So please, it's much appreciated.
Yeah,
So let's get into what we're going to do here. We got several topics here. We're going to talk a little bit of our impressions on technically the second test flight to Halo. We're going to talk about the Call of Duty beta, and then we're going to close things off with Nintendo since they had a direct today. And that we'll see how we feel about that after everything's all said and done, right? All right, so let's get into the first thing. Chris, what do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about the Halo Infinite since we're all kind of high on that, or did you want to go into Call of Duty?
No, I want to go a little bit into Call of Duty.
Okay, sounds good. Call of Duty it is.
Yeah, can I start it off?
Hey, my guest.
Playing Call of Duty, I'm far more of a casual fan than Liquid is. Like, I've really started only playing Call of Duty since last year, since I've took like a 10-year hiatus. So for me, I had Black Ops, which I really enjoyed. Me and Liquid, I forced Liquid to carry me to come through the competitive ranks and just show me the ropes and not. So I have fond memories with Call of Duty as of recently, more than I ever have. Even when I was younger, I was a jaded Halo kid, and I was like, ugh, COD kid, no way, that's so lame. And so, like, any fondness I have for Call of Duty is recent. Speaking to that, playing this, for me, it felt so drab. I think drab is the word I've been wanting to use it, because when I think about the game and I thought about what I was going to say, and I'm like, drab. It's just like, bleh. It's like beige.
Yeah.
Like it just like it. There's no salsa. There's no spice. It's just very run of the mill, and it makes me upset because I see Laura Bailey,
Mm-hmm.
like, and I'm like, oh man, Laura Bailey, what's good? And then I hear the story about like I don't know if I want to say it because it might be spoilers. Like what the story like about, right? Can I
Well,
just generalize?
I think you can still say it. I mean, everything's all trailers now, so it's not like the game's out, right? So
You're hunting like Hitler's like predecessor,
right.
but with so I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. And yeah, just playing the multiplayer and playing it on the Xbox was rough. The graphics were glitching in and out. It was very pixelated, and you'd walk into certain rooms and then it would just flash. I think if you watch some of our gameplay, you'll see it happen where I walk into a room and it's just like, God, it's like someone threw a bunch of flashes in like at the very beginning, and I'm like, what's happening? And then you keep it moving, but it's just like, sir,
Right.
and yeah, just it's it's pretty disappointing. Drab.
Yeah.
Like that's really what I had to say. I didn't have too much. Like I played it. I liked it, then I deleted it. Like my brother Matt, he played one game with like 40 and like 20 or something, and they're like, cool, and then instantly deleted. Like not for me. And it seems like I can't find anybody who's juiced about this game. I'm on Twitter. I'm trying to look up people like, yeah, it's hype, and people like the best you get like, it's all right.
Right.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I think.
So that.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I think.
I agree. I think the reaction is very, like you said, like it's very bland. It's very just like, it's not getting the attention that Call of Duty would normally get, right? And even then, like people are usually upset about Call of Duty, like, oh, I can't stand it, or they'll dislike the trailer, but they'll still go ahead and buy it. This one seems a little different though. Like I know you were telling me, and I've even seen some images and videos of people playing, particularly on Xbox, where. It's just they were having like it looks unplayable to me, at least. You know what I'm saying? I would not want to play that at all. Luckily I didn't have that many problems on PlayStation. I'd still agree with you though. I think also, would you say drab? Was that the word you used? Yeah, I'd agree. It looks very dull. I think it plays even more dull. I don't like it, and I am a Call of Duty person. I do like Call of Duty. Now, granted, I tend to like the ones that are, I guess, the least liked Call of Duty. So take it with a grain of salt, if you will. You know what I'm saying? If you like Modern Warfare, you might feel a little more comfortable with this. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan. I think the game's all right. It takes place in World War II. I'm not really ready to go back to World War II. I could care less. Besides, the last time we played a World War II, I didn't like that one neither. There was just a lot of it that I just could not stand, did not like. I think we played for like one day. I played a little bit, and then I deleted it that same day. Like I just, I don't know. I don't have any plans to go back to it. I don't have any plans to buy it. I usually buy. I think I've purchased every Call of Duty. I haven't missed not one Call of Duty, and I kind of really want to miss this one. And the only closest one that I did miss was Infinite Warfare. And it's something I missed it. I didn't so much miss it. I just got onto it super late. That's really all it is. Like I forgot I forgot who purchased it, and then I ended up purchasing it right after they did. So it was just one of those things. I don't think I'm gonna make that mistake with this game though. Like this game has showed me everything I need to see, and so far I'm just on the fence where I don't care for it. I don't want it. I know they were talking about they're already in development for the next Modern Warfare. I'd even be more willing to give that one more of a chance. Like I said, I'm not really a big Modern Warfare fan, but I'd give it a chance still. But yeah, that again, I'm right there with you, right where I'm at, right where you're at here. I think the gun gameplay it's fine. I don't think it's anything to really brag about. I think it's the same. And then yeah, the textures are very muddy, very dull. But it is what it is.
It reminds me of like Halo 3 Forges, where everything's kind of like brown and gray, and so it is. The thing is, if it's World War II, you want to be immersed in that world. You would almost want the guns to be a little janky, but when you get these 10 attachments on one gun, it's just like, and it's like the dumbest stuff, like tape on a gun, like what?
Yeah.
Like, come on, dog. Like, you're doing too much. I get it. You ran out of attachments, but you want to do this pick 10 system. Am I using it correctly?
Yeah, pick 10.
I guess people are fond of it. It's just I feel like it does the principle of the pick 10 and the aesthetic of World War II just don't mesh.
Sure, I can understand that. It and now it's like it's World War II. I don't mind the pick 10 thing only because it is like World War II, like guns and stuff like that. The attachments though are a lot of them look very modern, which I'm okay with. I don't have a problem with any of that. But it's just the whole environment, like even the way that the game was like playing, like even when we get on a smaller map, it just still felt, I don't know, it felt a little too, the spawns felt like crap, and granted, I feel like that can always be fixed eventually. Usually Call of Duty spawns are always terrible in the beginning, and then they eventually start patching it up little by little, and then you start seeing them become, they'll get better as the time goes by. But yeah, other than that's really all I have to say about that.
Honestly, yeah, the spawns, it's just, guys, if you don't have to play it, don't bother.
Right.
Go play Warzone. That's free.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And you played that recently. How did you feel when you played that?
In comparison, boy, did it make Warzone shine.
Oh, I bet.
I haven't deleted Warzone, and like maybe even after Infinite to fill the gap, I was like, I might bully you. And we might have a couple nerd runs, throw some streams on of like Liquid Broad Shoulders just carrying me on his back, and we're just going through the war zone together, see how Verdansk is.
Ooh.
And stuff like that. Yeah. So, if anything, it gave me perspective.
Okay.
I don't think what a video game where people work hard on want to hear that. It's like, hey, your video game gave me perspective. You're like, ooh, that's not what you want to hear.
No, not at all. All right, well,
definitely. If another Call of Duty comes out, like, let's just say next year's, is this troubling?
Right.
I wonder if it'll still get the COVID pass. I want to say.
I think people will be a little more harder on it, but yeah, you never know. I mean, we'll have to see. Well, but I am interested in seeing how this Call of Duty does. But like, the only time you'd probably catch me purchasing this Call of Duty is for the campaign, for the story mode, and even then, it's just like I think it's got to go on sale first. I don't mind waiting on it, until I feel like the price is right.
See, honestly, I just feel like I'm gonna watch it on YouTube.
Hey, that's a great point.
Sure. Yeah, I'm like Laura Bailey and other voice actors. Show me a wonder list, like, man, I almost want to play this game, and then I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. No, I agree. So yeah,
we told you guys we'd let you know our thoughts, and that's pretty much it. It's uninspiring. Don't do it.
Yeah,
you don't have to.
To wrap things up, Chris said it perfectly. Like, the only reason we were even really talking about it, because I didn't really care to talk about it, is only because we said we were going to share our thoughts. So yeah, 100%. All right. Well, should we? What's that?
I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like, usually our first topics are a little longer, guys, but honestly, there's not much to say, and we don't want to waste your time.
Right. Exactly. Respect the time. It's always nice.
Yeah.
Well, then that being said, I know it's a little early. Should we kick it to the lot?
Let's kick it to the lot.
Why not, right? All right, so the lot, for those who don't know, the lot is a list of transactions. A list of transactions, well, what is that? It's our Patreon. Our Patreon list, like I said earlier, you're feeling a little generous, you want to donate $1. It's right at the bottom. Our Patreon is there. You can go ahead and donate $1. Wait, actually, now that I think about it, is our Patreon there? I don't think it is.
What?
Our Patreon. Is it TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch? Holy crap, our Patreon is not there. All right, well, our Patreon will be there. I'll make sure of it this time around. I don't think it was. But yeah, if you're feeling generous, again, Patreon link will be down below. You can go ahead and join that for as little as $1. You can get extra content coming to you exclusive early, and even see some stuff that we have plans for in the future. So go ahead and give us a shot.
And guys, you have to remember, we shout out the Patreon. So if you have like your thing you want to promote as your name, like if you're just like, my website is Bits and Kibble. Well, thank you, Bits and Kibble.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
So that's like an unofficial perk.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to see this perk in action right now. Microtransaction. All right. So Chris, so first on the list, we have Jessica.
You know, she's been the Asian chef herself. She's been making a lot of Asian food lately.
Really? So for those who don't know Greek, we used to make fun of the Greek salad thing. We used to say that, but so Asian. Wow.
She's just been on the kick, and she showed me photos, and it looks real good.
Nice. That's always a nice time, dude. I love homemade Asian food. It's great. Next on the list, the always forgotten subscription, Nung.
Nung.
Just
thank you. Just thank you, Nung.
She doesn't know.
You know, Nung, you're the best.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, unsung hero of the Patreon, Nung.
We got Patrick, aka Patty Cakes.
Patrick, hey, Patrick, loving some of the extra content that's coming out. The reactions. It's funny because I could tell when he likes something. He's like, God, it was so funny. Like, not even that you guys are my friends. It was just good.
Hey,
and he's excited to tell us, and I'm like, I'm excited to hear it. Thank you.
Hey, that's cool. I love it. Patrick, if you could do me I just ask a little bit more. Yo, let me know. I need to see the comments, bro. Let me see that, bro. I want to know too. I want to hear these things. All right.
Well, you give him your phone number. He'll never stop calling you, though. You don't want that. All right.
Next on the list, we got my brother Dylan, the third chair, the TikTok master himself.
I would say the best Delgado brother you have.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would argue with that. You know, and we're sure, 100%. Next on the list,
silver medal with Delgados.
Yeah, absolutely. Next on the list is Andres.
Andres, I'm sorry, buddy. He called me again. He's like, "Hey, bro, it's Friday. Come on over." I'm like, "Halo Infinite came out and we had to film. You're an insane person. I'm not leaving my house for nothing."
Hey, my apologies, Andres. I gotta keep Chris for a little bit longer. Next on the list is Liz.
Liz, the Elden Ring herself. She's just working. She's grinding.
Ooh,
and we appreciate you.
I love the grind, baby. Respect the grind. Then we have Ani.
Ani. She's just so tall. Like as you've been dating her for so long, have you ever just been like, oh man, it's so bright, and you just get behind her and then just like enjoy the shade?
Oh yeah, I enjoy all 4'5" of the shade. Absolutely.
4'5", yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Bro.
And then we have Josh, aka Infinite Neo.
Oh, Josh and his Infinite Neo, and he's got an infinite mirror on his PC.
Oh, that's right.
And you know, he decided. You know, the thing about Josh, guys, that you don't know is that he has a motif. He likes to get something, make it his, and then it's his for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not just a brand; it's a lifestyle.
Okay, fair enough. We've got Tampa Cornflake, aka Justin.
The heart and soul of our Discord. There is times that we just don't go into the Discord, and I went in because Justin went in, and then I was like, you know what's gonna be funny, Justin? Because in 5 minutes, someone else is gonna join in because they see us in here.
Oh, that's
and
what
sure
I came in.
Crap, it was liquid. It was liquid that came in. He's like, oh.
It's so funny because I came in, all I hear is Chris, I told you. And that's all I remember. He didn't explain or any. Oh no, he did explain, but he's breaking it down now. Oh, it's too good. Yes, that's exactly how it works in the Discord. It's so funny. And then last but not least, we played a little bit of Halo Infinite with the legend himself. We got Matt, bro.
Matt finally getting to experience the gift of Halo. Sure, he had some hiccups because PC, is having some issues.
Right.
But they said they were gonna have the issues. It's hard to be mad when a game tells you like, hey, there's gonna be problems.
Right.
And then there's problems.
Yeah.
But the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
I love it.
My brother Matt. I try to switch it up.
No, that's great. That's great. It's good stuff.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right. Cheers, mate.
But yeah, it was fun playing with him. He played with us in the Infinite test flight, so we'll go over that. All right, so that was a list of transactions. We went ahead and talked about a little bit of Call of Duty. Let's turn things over now to Halo Infinite. We tried the we're sort of fresh off the test flight right now, the second test flight that is. But I don't. We'll talk about that a little bit probably. But the big thing we want to talk about the announcement, the video. They released a video. When was this?
Wednesday
of
last week.
They released a video announcing the test flight and just driving home what we're going to be expecting, what we're going to be experiencing, that sort of thing. Trying to be transparent. Now, Chris, you had some strong feelings towards this video. Can you let the audience know what it is you were feeling?
Okay. So the thing is, I was very excited because I'm a huge Halo fan for this announcement, and it started off with, hey guys, we're in a holding pattern. We don't know if we have to shift the time zones. And I'm like, wait a minute, you sprung this up on us 2 days ago that this was going to happen. Why didn't you already have this locked and loaded already?
Right.
That doesn't make sense. And the thing is, you get in front of it and you tell us, but even now, your transparency is running freaking thin. Real thin. It just keeps on being one thing after another. You put yourself in a corner you didn't have to.
Sure.
And look, and not other than that, the presentation.
Yeah.
Liquid, do you want to cut in or do you want me to continue on?
Actually, you know what? Continue on. Go ahead. I want. Give me some more fire. I want to hear it. Let's go.
So, the thing is, this was the worst shit I think I've ever seen it as a presentation. You're showcasing your first-person shooter, and you had some of the worst gameplay ever. Now, I don't mean these people were alright. No, these people were aggressively bad. We live in an age where Twitch, YouTube, Facebook gaming, your grandma streams on Twitch. We know what good gameplay looks like. The amateur could do it. Don't have these poor developers that are actually, dude, they don't play games, they make them. Don't have these people like play the game, because then it just looks your game look bad. If I never saw Halo, if I didn't know anything about Halo Infinite and I saw this showing, it was the worst showcase of the splendor of Halo's multiplayer. I would have been like, bro, this game looks like trash. I'm like, so you're, and I would have asked like normal questions like, so when you grab the flag, can you not shoot back? Can you not, like, you think they would showcase like maybe him drop the flag, shoot it, if you could do something like that, or his teammates coming to his defense,
right?
Not this very blatant. You could tell they were gonna make like it's what it looked like. These people only know how to make like trailer shots. So you had someone shooting a weapon over his head, and then you had enemy opponents just in front of him jumping up and down waiting for someone to kill him, and then they try to like force play a big thing at the end where they like it was like really bad machinima.
Yeah, sure.
It was like really bad season 1 Rooster Teeth that wasn't Rooster Teeth. It was a guy who just found a graphics card on the side of the road. He's like, hey guys, I can make machinima. We could be red versus blue.
Right.
I'm like, what happened? You could literally, you have a pro team, and you could have had them play. You could have been like, hey, this is how it is the casual, and this is how it is more competitive. You could have showed the contrast between the two. Still had that crappy gameplay, and then you would have had something that was more structured across the board for everyone, so the newbie could see that it's okay to be one way, but give them aspirations to be something more in gameplay. And you decided, nah fam, we're just gonna have the worst looking FPS. It looked terrible. It was offensive. I knew it was offensive when I had to rewatch it for work.
Yeah.
I was just like, this sucks. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I didn't even watch it a second time. And I was like, even with all this new information, It was just god awful terrible. And no one's talking about it either. That's the shit that blows my mind. I'm like, hey guys, I'm always down. People always come to me and I'm always defending Halo and stuff like that. Like Liquid was giving me shit, rightfully so, but we had the discourse back and forth.
Right.
No one's giving me the shit on the stuff I feel that they should be. I'm like, no, shit on them for this. But no, you want to talk about? I'm like, no, don't talk about that. Talk about this. This is dumb. I'm like, I'm worried about people getting into Halo, and people are like, and it's just like, this is not how you do it. Who thought this was a good idea? Oh my god, it sucks so fucking bad. I'm not pissed off.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I kind of put that on you there, but hey, I watched it as well, and I'll be honest with you, like, so Halo. How can I word this? So Halo's not like my sort of, when it comes to shooters, Halo's not my go-to. I'm excited for this one, don't get me wrong, and I like playing it. I enjoy it every time I play with you guys. You know, I'm having fun. I'm having a blast playing it. I think it feels solid. It's a solid shooter. You know, I think it speaks to me. Maybe not to the same level, but you know, but still impressive. I still like it. It's still very well done. The video talked a lot about, you know, like big team battle. They were talking about bots, and I just lost me. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I'll be honest with you, like majority of the video, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't locked in. I could care less. So I know what you're talking about, the gameplay. I went back, I watched a little bit of it. Yes, very cringy, very hard to watch, especially if you're someone who's been playing the game for a long time. This video is probably most likely not for you at all. But at the end of the day, I guess that's what that didn't matter to me. Like, I don't care about big team battle. I don't care about really anything else. My whole thing is 4v4. That's all I really care about myself. And granted, maybe that's a little narrow-minded or a little narrow-sighted even, because, you know, I'm kind of robbing myself of what could potentially be something even better, or something not necessarily better, but something really good. You know, and big team battle may be great. You know, it may be just as good, if not better, than, you know, the 4v4 stuff. It's just, I know what I like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. I know you made a face. You know, for those who are just listening, Chris made a face, and he's rightfully so. Like, the odds of that happening is going to be very slim. Of big team battle being something better than what I prefer, which is that 4v4 arena style, just fighting. You know, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, when I saw this video, I'll be honest, yeah, the majority of the time I was not paying attention to it. When they were talking about big team battle, they were talking about like walking the flag and all this crap. I was like, I don't care. Like, I just show me more arena. That's what I'm here for. You know, you want to talk about bots and the bot difficulty? Hey, have fun with that. I still could care less. That's just where I'm at, and that's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a good thing. I agree with you. I think you're right. You should show a little bit of everything. You want to appease both audiences. You want to get the casual audience. You want to get the hardcore audience. You want to get everybody happy. You want to get everybody excited. And you're right. Having your devs play the same game they made is definitely not the right way to go. There's only select individuals that can create a game and play the game effectively. As effective as you want it to look, essentially. You know, like you said, they have a pro team. They could have easily grabbed a few people, some heads in there, and be like, hey, try this out. You know, let's get some gameplay, let's get some content in there, you know, and then go from there. But they didn't. They decided not to take that approach. It seems like, I know they're really big on transparency. I know that's a big word for them, especially. So maybe that's how. Maybe they took transparency a little too far. I don't know. But yeah, it was a little jarring. But let's shift gears a little bit. We tried the test flight out for ourselves. Let's get some positive. What did you like? Anything different? Anything stood out?
Now, Call of Duty had a problem with Xbox,
yes.
And it seems to me that Halo has a problem with PC this time around.
Right.
Because I am the only Xbox boy playing this beta with my boys. All right, with a fellow some Patreon, some friends of the show, and I was like, man, you guys are having a lot of problems. I am not having half the problems. Don't get me wrong, some issues are coming up where some stuttering happens and the screen will shake, and you're like, but then it like clears up, and you know it's supposed to be wonky by design. You know, and that's why you kind of like you get upset, but you're like, this is how it's supposed to be happening.
Right.
And like we get so washed nowadays about betas, we don't realize what an actual beta would be like.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true.
like
That's a fact.
we forget. But boy, the game is. We played the 3 maps we played already. But if you go to the training arena, you get some extra games or some extra like equipment. And if you were playing day one and you, I don't want to say hacked, say walked your way into a custom lobby, all right, and you found some new swag that the world has not seen, and you get to see a new pistol, you get to see the dash mechanic, some how the sword looks like, the hydra of this game, a whole other new weapon. There was a bunch of stuff. And it seems like this rumor of having like 50 guns in this game might actually be true, because even I'm shocked seeing multiple pistols, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I feel like right now we're playing a very basic version of Halo Infinite.
Wow. So,
And so
this is my first time hearing this. Actually, I like in real time. These
Oh, really?
so yeah, these are like
Oh, my
legitimately
bad.
like just several, like they probably shoot differently. You're saying, or what do we
what do you
like?
mean?
Oh, sorry,
gun-
like
yeah,
the
no, those
pistols,
people-
for example.
Oh, no, the pistol. Yeah, the pistol's like a brute pistol.
Okay.
If you don't know for the people who, if you don't know, if you've never played Halo, the Brute is like an alien faction in the war that you'll be battling against in this game, and you have done in the past. But they have specific brute weapons, and one of them is a brute pistol. And apparently, it's very good for taking out shields. And I know, like it's basically, I think it's supposed to be like you have the human pistol, you have the Covenant pistol, the plasma pistol, and this is supposed to be the brute side of that.
Oh.
You know, like trying to do it like in 3. And this time you see where the sword, and the sword is very Halo 2 in its stature. I know, like, it's asking too much liquid, but if you were to see like Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, you see that's why it's too much. But
Okay.
just know, like, you can raise it, and all like you can see how the guns or how the swords raise, and it's like a higher side, and it's a very Halo 2-esque. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that I would appreciate something like that. So I very much liked it.
Okay.
Seeing the Hydra, seeing some of the new, like, the Hydra we saw in I want to say Halo 4 or Halo 5 release, and people really dug it. And I'm happy that it has a new look, new aesthetic, and like the new weapon. Hell, we saw a brute gun during the showcase that they showed off, and just like you shoot it, and if people are close, it like hits lightning and hits other Spartans around it.
Wow.
And so, like, if someone's like camping an area,
Right.
and you get one good shot, everyone's weak. You throw a grenade, boom, you just got an overkill. Overkill's 4 kills really fast. How you doing? On to the next one. So I think they're trying to, like, I think there's weapons that are it's gonna be very interesting.
Okay.
And I'm very fascinated, and I hope Halo doesn't do what Halo did with Halo 3. God, don't take a shot every time I say Halo today. But where like guns will have like specific, like this gun is used for this thing, this, like for these specific moments.
Okay,
and not
situational.
generalized.
Right.
It's situational. That's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. And I think I think that's okay. And the guns look cool, and it's fun, and people got to use it. And the people who did get to use it and try it out did like the weaponry already. So
Nice.
cool guns in a cool game is kind of like, it's sometimes you forget, like, oh, sometimes just having cool guns is to go.
Yeah. It makes for a good recipe. Who would have thought?
Wow.
In a shooter. But yeah, no, I agree. The game, it's solid, still feels solid. You know what I'm saying? I love the guns that are already what I've played so far. The fact that you're telling me there's more guns sounds. And I remember the rumor. I remember the 50 guns. And I know, like, you're telling me now with this brute pistol and these other guns here. I think that sounds great. I think it sounds amazing. I'm sure there's going to be probably certain game types that probably feature these guns and this weaponry.
Probably.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's exciting. That's good stuff. I wish there was something. I know this game comes out on December 8th. I kind of wish they were talking about that a little bit more. I don't know why they would keep it under wraps for, like, even if you don't want to reveal every gun, I mean, at least something like, hey guys, we got some new stuff coming in, you know, like, I don't know why. I wonder why would they be keeping that a secret.
I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be a surprise secret for next week's beta.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
what? All these guns are here, so they can have that conversation
Okay.
on Twitter while they're working, getting new data, and then people just like carry the conversation. They didn't know that Halo is filled with a bunch of nerds like me, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna talk about everything now."
Right.
So.
No, that's great.
It is what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it. That's good stuff. Anything else about the flight in general that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, they need to fix BXB really bad. If you don't know what that is, it's a way to cancel the animation for a melee. So if you get near someone, they basically explode with your fist. Now, it could just be with this beta. They cannot... It needs to be like on the top of the list of priorities of things you need to fix, because anytime I'm near anyone, I don't try to think like, oh, let me use this grenade, let me use this pistol, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just I'm just gonna hit him and he's gonna explode, and if he doesn't do it to me, I'm gonna do it to him. And yeah, so it's just it takes away one of the core mechanics of the Halo dance that Bungie has made famous.
Right.
It's like melee guns and grenades. And it one is a little stronger than the others.
Right.
So it messes up with that balance.
No, I agree. This is something that definitely needs to be fixed. Sure, is it fun to use? Absolutely. It's fun to try it out, you know. But once, like, for example, I'm just to give people an idea, I'm shooting at a guy, he's just sprinting straight at me. You know what I'm saying? So I shot him enough where I put enough bullets where I can go ahead and just melee him and get the kill, you know, but he's sprinting straight at me, and then he does that, the melee cancel melee, and then now we're both dead. So I'm just like, dude, like, I literally put my whole clip in this dude and meleeed him, and yet we're both dead. It just doesn't seem right. So yeah, no, I agree. Either they take out the sprint, which they're not going to take out the sprint. Every shooter has to have sprint now. It's kind of a modern day thing that, like, it's gonna be there.
It's a staple.
Yeah, exactly. Staple's perfect. So yeah, no, I agree. I think this thing's they're gonna take this thing out on the next thing smoking.
Yeah, as soon as they can, because because you have people like the heart and soul of the show, Justin Cornflake. He is exploiting the crap out of it, and that's what's gonna happen.
Right.
Because and especially he's on mouse, and the way he plays, it just works perfectly. So all he has to do is like wheel something, I guess, and he just everything that gets around Justin. I'll see. I'm like, oh, he's running near Justin, and then you just see like poof.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah. I'm like, Justin got him.
Yeah, he'll get triple kills with just
moving.
melees. It's crazy. So no, I agree.
Yeah, and it kind of makes OS unimportant, because I totally went heads up with the OS guy and just murked him. I'm like, wow. You fought for that OS.
Yeah.
You got it. You equipped it. And it was for nothing.
And for those who don't know, OS is over shields. So you're supposed to have extra shields, and this thing will just burn right through it. So yeah, absolutely. This is going to be taken out. There's no doubt in my mind. If it doesn't get taken out, then it gets nerfed in some way. But I'm confident it's coming out. It has to. It just has to.
Yeah. It just hasn't been this bad since Halo 2. And I am interested. It is interesting for such an old Halo head like myself to see what BXB and BXR would kind of be, how it would be now in a more modern day. And it's just so funny how people aren't mad at it. They're more celebrating it because it brings the old heads nostalgia, and the new kids are like, oh, cool, all I have to do is this. Okay,
right.
But it's like, you know, it breaks the game. Don't have it in there. But I'm glad during the beta and the flight, like, now we can have fun with it. Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I agree. Yeah, that's about everything I can think about. I don't know anything else on the test flight you wanted to talk about before we go on to Nintendo.
No. Before we get to Nintendo, we'll briefly touch up on Big Team Battle and how we felt about it. I really want to know Liquid's opinion.
Oh yeah, same here.
Like I said, Liquid wants to know Liquid's opinion.
I really want to know Liquid's opinion.
We gotta know what Liquid thinks about
If there's one
Halo.
opinion I value most, it's my own. So let's go. Oh man. All right, so now certainly it's last, but certainly not least. We have the topic of the show essentially, which was a little Nintendo Direct. They had a little announcement, a few games there. A few games, and then yeah, we'll go over them. We'll spitfire most of these out here. We'll mostly talk about the ones we really care about here. So Nintendo Direct, they started off with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is the DLC. It's coming out summer of 2022. I never played Rise personally. I played Monster Hunter World, not Rise. I don't know if you've played any, or does this speak to you in any way?
I've always wanted to like Monster Hunter, and it just never got its hooks in me. I've given it multiple tries, and I'm like, just not for me.
Right. And I've tried it. I've had it on PSP. I've had Freedom Unite. I've tried Monster Hunter World. I like it. I don't think it's bad. I just don't know if I would really want to play on my Switch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Monster Hunter Rise looks kind of cool, but the graphics look a little... After playing Monster Hunter World, like on PS4, for example, and going to this, it just doesn't look the same. You know?
Yeah.
But then they had Mario Party Superstars. They announced it. Well, I guess they said you'll get 5 boards from the N64 Mario Party games. Comes out October 29th. Chris, you a fan of Mario Party at all?
Yeah, I think who isn't a fan of Mario Party? It's such a good time game. Like,
I'm not a big fan of Mario Party. I'll be honest with you.
well, how are you not a fan of Mario Party?
I feel like it's just a bunch of mini games, and I know it's like, I guess you gotta have people to play it. Like, that was my whole thing. I never really had a group of people to play Mario Party with.
Oh, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, so it's just like,
problem.
that's what it is. So it's just like, dude, like, and even then, it's just like there's just a bunch of little cheap mini games. I just don't care for it. It's so funny. I got a story here real quick here. I remember, I forgot what game I was trying to pick up, and I remember going to GameStop. This dude ate the red light, right? He made a U-turn at a game to go to GameStop, and he ate the red light completely. I'm like, dude, what the hell is this man's problem? All right, so then I waited for the green light. I happened to be behind this gentleman, and I made it into the same GameStop. When I went to go see what he was getting so desperately, it was Super Mario Party on the Switch. I was in there just to look around, and that blew my mind. I'm like, dude, you ran a red light just to get Super Mario Party on the Switch? Like, what? I don't know. It did not compute. Did not compute.
Bro, you're a crazy person.
Dude, there's so many.
Party.
You could play so many
Mario
better
Party
games with parties.
No.
Yes.
Man, there's a charm to it. It's fun. You get to pick your character. You're like, okay, now we're on the same team. And then you laugh, and then it's like almost the fun that they're like, oh, you get the secret star for being the worst, and then you win. And then the thing is, you get mad, right? But when it happens to you, you're like, how incredibly fair. And then you just get to brag to all your friends who are like, what's happening?
That's another thing. Some of the Mario parties, when you're doing the worst, they'll give you these little buffers, like the dice rolls. They'll make it better for you. It's just so cheap, dude. That game sucks. I'm sorry, it sucks.
That game is awesome.
It's
that
trash.
Game is not, like, you're crazy.
Man.
Just because you're a loser with no friends, bro.
It's like, dude, I'll play online, guys.
Hey everyone.
Like,
Hey everyone, laugh at Liquid, he's a loser with no friends. What, everyone, look at the loser.
Alright, we're moving on, dude. I'm getting rid of Mario Party. Next we had something that I thought it just looked completely unnecessary. I could care less about. Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. One hell of a title. Somebody need to tell Square Enix, because I believe that's who makes this game. Dude, these titles are getting out of hand. You gotta do something with these titles, dude.
Can I tell you, this trailer took me through a myriad of emotions, because I was like, what the hell is happening? But by the end of it, I was intrigued.
Really? Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm like, everything's a card, the whole world. I'm like,
yeah,
like it's charming.
Right.
I'm like, man, this is a great game on Game Pass.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a card-based RPG. It comes out October 28th. The demo's out now, so people can try it, for free. So hey, there you go. Next on the list, Disco Elysium. This game's been out before on other systems here. I guess it's finally coming to the Switch. It's essentially a detective thriller. It's about a murder investigation. Oddly enough, it's a little strange because the digital version comes out on October 12th, and then you get a physical version that comes out early 2022.
I wonder if it's a Ovid thing.
Could be. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
So, by my understanding, and listening to other podcasts, I listened to Colin's Last Stand. Apparently, that development studio, I guess, has a portrait like Stalin in their development studio. Yeah, I don't know what the situation is there, but apparently the game's good. Apparently a lot of people like this game. So,
Ivan, friend of the show, he played it. He was loving it.
Yeah, a lot of people like this guy. I hear nothing but good things about that game, so I might have to give it a shot. Next was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass Wave 2 Guardian of Remembrance. Holy hell, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Well, that is awesome.
Talk about a mouthful.
Bro, that's insane. And I just love it. They could have been like, hey guys, we need to pull it back. And Nintendo's like, nah, bro,
No.
We're gonna go way forward.
Yeah.
Dude. We're just gonna push it to the limit.
100%. That thing, I heard that, I was like, what are we talking about right now? I'm like, dude, I'm gonna repeat it back one more time just because it blows my mind here. It's a Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity Expansion Pass Wave 2 Guardian of Remembrance. Comes out October 29th. So hopefully
Rolls right off of the tongue.
Yeah, I played the first Hyrule Warriors. It was okay. I didn't buy the second one.
Dynasty Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Same team. It's Tecmo Koei. Same people who make the Dynasty Warriors series. Same thing, just reskinned with Link and friends and Zelda characters.
Yeah, it's cool. Zelda's cool. The dude.
Yeah, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have a co-op. One other person, not a party. If you know what I mean.
Can't relate, dog.
Next on the list, Chocobo RPG. Chocobo GP, which is a Final Fantasy-based kart racer, which is exclusive to the Switch. Comes out in 2022. Did you see this?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I was like, man, this looks terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. This game looks like it'll get boring really fast. I do like the power-ups though. I did like that there's you can get Fire, Firaga. There's different levels, your Final Fantasy. I thought that was kind of cool. It's nice little touch, but I won't be playing the game.
I like how you was like, oh, it get boring real quick. It got boring while I was watching the trailer.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Come on, dog.
Oh man. And then they decided to switch things up a little bit, right? And then you got the announcement of the new character for the Smash Brothers roster. They literally took time to announce a date and time for when the new Smash Brothers character is going to be announced.
They had to. That's all anyone was talking about on Twitter.
I guess it makes sense, sure. But
Master Chief is trending.
I don't.
Master Chief and Waluigi was trending. People are like, please, for the love of God, let it happen. I'm like, I think it's real good that they did that because I'm like, bro, it was getting away from them.
Yeah, maybe you could be right. Sure. I mean, I don't see why they couldn't just say something early, like, hey guys, we're not gonna announce a character here, but we're gonna be releasing. We're gonna talk about something, or something, set people up. But regardless, I put down it's October 5th is when the character is going to be revealed. 7 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'm still hoping it's that link that we don't know about yet. My little, but I know the odds are against me.
Master Chief, baby. It's Master Chief, baby.
There you go, Master Chief. All right, we have our guesses are in. We're locked in.
Hey, man. You should probably get a reaction from us, so you'll get to see us react to it.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for that. Next on the list, we had Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I put down it's Kirby meets Last of Us. It's a 3D platformer coming out spring of 2022.
I've been working on this.
Oh, please.
Kirby, you're on mighty thin ice. That's my Joel.
Yeah, I could tell. It's Joel. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those who don't know, it seems like it's a 3D platformer. It's a Kirby game. Kirby games are easy and they're fun. You know, why not? But it looks like it's like a post-apocalyptic world, which is a little dark in the Kirby universe. Those are kind of weird, but I dig it. I want to play it.
Dude, you know what? Like I've always wanted to play a Kirby game, and I think this might be it. I
This
think
is
if
the
there's
one.
like a little lull when like I think this is a great Switch like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Just one of these. And I'm here for it. Sorry for talking away from the mic.
But
yeah, just like on the bed, relaxing, playing Kirby, you giving people the old second blow.
I played Superstar Allies, which is the last Kirby game. That was okay. I liked it. It was on the Switch too, you know. Then next we've got well, it was Animal Crossing. They're going to be coming out with an update soon, or at least a direct specifically, and it's going to bring up. We found out it's going to be Brewster the Pigeon. For those who don't know, Brewster is a barista that runs a cafe called The Roost. Comes out in we're going to hear about it in October. So yeah, Brewster the Pigeon, man, Brewster the barista.
Hey, I thought they gave up on the game already, so good on them.
Me too. I thought they were done with updates. I thought they even said that. I thought I heard that somewhere, and they came up with this out of nowhere.
Well, the thing is, we're starting to see the commitment to Nintendo's version of online.
That is okay. That's a great point. I didn't think about that. Sure. Then we got Mario Golf Super Rush. It's getting its second free update. It's out now. It's gonna bring you Koopa Troopa. It's gonna bring you Ninja, and 2 more courses.
Great.
Yeah.
It desperately needs content.
It does, right? And so, part of me wonders, was this just the plan? Like, hey, let's take out some content and just release it as free updates. Do you think that had anything to do with it?
Look, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I just love the jaded part of your brain because, like, they had it done the whole time. It was just like it could have just not been finished. Like, yeah, we got time. We'll just do it later. That's what I would think, but that's the Liquid being pessimistic and me being optimistic.
Yeah, that's where my mind went. Well, okay. Then next on the list, this one actually I was excited for. Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition. It's a 3DS port, comes to the Switch, comes with all the DLC included this holiday. Chris, you gotta be excited for this.
I hope you're being sarcastic, dog.
Bro,
This
you
is
create
the
your character,
Bro,
you meet Disney people.
bro, the thing is, they're like, get the invitation, and I was like,
Smash.
Sora for Smash? And I was like, good thing they made the announcement before. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh man, imagine if they didn't do that and you heard an invitation and it was Square Enix characters with Disney people. You would have thought it was Sora.
Right.
You'd be like, oh.
No, I thought the same exact thing.
Josh's mind would have blown asunder.
I thought the exact same thing. Like, wow, this is wild. Okay. Because yeah, they specifically said invitation, and yeah, everyone knows when Nintendo talks about anything invitation related, it's Smash Brothers. That's what you talk about. You've been invited to Smash. Yeah,
Everyone wants to be invited to Smash.
yeah, let's go, bro. Send out the Smash invites. All right, and then we get a KOTOR port. For those who don't know, that's Knights of the Old Republic. Comes out November 11th. I think this is cool. I wouldn't buy it just because we know there's a remake on its way. Granted, it's not coming for another 3 to 5 years probably, but it's on its way. So why?
Yeah, if you're like Liquid who hasn't played it, then you can wait. That's what you said that's what Liquid said the other day.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
I own the game on PC. Still haven't played it.
I've always wanted to try it, but I'm never gonna. Oh, maybe when it comes out.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, sure.
The thing is, when I get sucked into Star Wars Vortex, I get sucked in.
Oh yeah, that Vortex runs deep.
You really do, fam. It really do. Like a Sarlacc pet.
Then yeah, they had a trailer. This was actually announcing 2 games. It's Dying Light 1 and Dying Light 2. Dying Light 1 is going to be a port that's going to be coming out on October 19th. Then Dying Light 2 Cloud version is coming out on February 4th, 2022. Does this do anything for you, Chris?
Not at all.
Yeah, same here. Techland.
I don't know.
I think it's a great game. I've tried the game out before on PS4, I think. And it was fun. but I don't really care for it. I especially don't care about playing a cloud version.
Oh yeah, because no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
This didn't do anything for me. I was watching it and I was just so like, why is this happening still?
Yeah, it was a little weird. Then we got Triangle Strategy. It's a Square Enix game. It's a turn-based, also grid-based strategy game, kind of like a Final Fantasy Tactics. It uses that 3D 2.5 HD kind of like what we saw with Octopath Traveler, that sort of art style. It looks nice. It looks very pretty. It pops, but yeah, I don't know if I'll be playing this because granted, this game's probably gonna be several hours long. I might try it, but I'll be honest, I'll probably wait till it comes to Game Pass. Octopath Traveler came to Game Pass. I don't see why this wouldn't.
Yeah, it was cool but very forgettable in the grand scheme of the showcase.
Right.
I thought it was like, man, this would be cool. I'm like, just not here.
Yeah. And then to close that portion of it, Metroid Dread, October 8th. We know it's coming out October 8th. We've seen enough of it.
Okay.
Oh, you got...
I have a question.
Yeah, please.
How do you feel about Metroid Dread?
Okay,
now?
So I want to play it, but I'm looking at the games that are coming out, like when you look at the list, and Metroid Dread is kind of slowly keeps getting pushed down and down, like down that list for me. I'll probably end up buying it when it comes out, and then I'll probably end up playing it like just like an hour or two, like on the couch or in bed before I go to sleep, like after I'm done playing the real games on my consoles. Dude, that's but yeah, after I'm done playing the games that I really want to play, Metroid Dread will probably be the one that I just calm the day down with. That'll be the end of the day.
There has been nothing about this game that makes me want to buy this game. It looks so generic. The more I see it, the more I am unimpressed.
It's
like if it was for it coming with the OLED,
right,
I think this game would be so dead on arrival, dude.
Oh, you're probably right. I think the OLED is probably the main reason why this game's being put on, just because so that way they could try to push a little more sales. I do like the Metroid series. I'm not like crazy for it, but I do enjoy it every now and then. But yeah, this game, it does look bland. It doesn't look too exciting. It doesn't look like, oh man, I really can't wait. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's just a time consumer. That's really what it's gonna do. It's gonna just pass time. That's really what I'm gonna use it for.
It'd be a great game in 2007.
Yeah. All right. So then now after that, which was the Metroid Dread, then they announced something that I've gotten really excited for here. That was the Nintendo Switch Online update. So there's going to be a new expansion pack. It's going to include N64 titles. For those who don't know, that's Nintendo 64 to be exact. Along with Sega Genesis titles. It's coming out late October. No price announced. But yeah, what does that do for you? Does that do anything for you? Do you play these games, these old games?
Not really. I'd play like maybe one or two of them.
Okay.
That would be it. But the thing about this, when you told me about it, Liquid,
yeah,
all I could think about was the Nvidia leaks.
Okay.
About how they were, tooling around with some stuff online. And then we have this thing online. And I'm like, did Nvidia know something? Or do they know something way in the Nintendo's like ethos that's not a full light yet, but this is just the beginning, the edge, the crest of what's to come.
Yeah.
And so it really makes me think, and of course Nintendo is gonna Nintendo it out, put their feelers out first.
Sure.
But I'm like, is this the beginning, like I said before, of Nintendo trying to be more trying to catch up?
Sure. I disagree. I don't think so. Oh no, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. It's just like I just feel like this is just their their online strategy. When it comes to their first party IP, they're very weird when it comes to this stuff, And no, don't get me wrong. I think it's a great idea. I didn't even think about putting them together, like the whole Nvidia leaks that came out last week, I would say. And then this, sure. I mean, maybe there might be something there. I don't know. I just feel like knowing Nintendo for as long as we have, I just don't. They're so weird when it comes to a lot of this stuff. They treat their IP as gold, which you should. If you created something, sure, you do whatever you want. It's your IP, whatever. But if I may, I want to go down the list of these games here just to give people an idea of what we're going to be expecting. So on the Nintendo 64 front, we already know that we're getting Super Mario 64, we're getting Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64. We've got Yoshi's Story. We're gonna get The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. We're getting a game called Winback. Never played it. Looks like a very generic Metal Gear. Doesn't even come close. Which wasn't, but it wasn't exclusive for N64. We're getting Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and then we're getting what was it? Sin and Punishment. That was the last one. And then they said there was going to be some more on the horizon. Those are what's going to be coming out at launch. And then eventually we're also going to be getting Majora's Mask, F-Zero X, Mario Golf, Pokemon Snap, Kirby 64, Paper Mario, and Banjo-Kazooie. Now this is what piqued my interest. I remember I told you off the air here, is that Banjo-Kazooie essentially is now a Rare property which belongs to Xbox. So the fact, I would think they would have to talk to Microsoft in some way, shape, or form to get this game on there. So I don't know. Again, I'm not a professional as far as like when it comes to like these legal issues or what's what, who belongs to who. But as far as I can tell, Banjo-Kazooie belongs to Microsoft now. It was on their Rare Replay collection, which had several Rare games. And yeah, I don't understand. I don't know what this is.
Look, it's easy. Master Chief confirmed for Smash. Super easy. We find out the clues are there, bro. You're wrong about the Nvidia. You're wrong about this. I'm here to set it straight. All right. Like it's just so obvious, Liquid.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
Dude, you know what's funny? I hope you're right, so that way when it happens, I'm like, holy crap! Like we can go back to this. Like, what the hell?
Bro, that would be so tight.
That would be so wild, dude.
Bro, but you could tell. I know Xbox has actively tried speaking to Nintendo.
Right.
So it's just like maybe this is Xbox trying to bridge that gap because they know the Japanese market is so resistant to them, even though they're opening up like Era 4. But it's always one of your offline quote where you use like, hey, I'm like, oh yeah, Xbox is selling more. It's like, well, if you sell 4 and because you only sold 2, then I guess you would be selling more.
Right.
So if you could get Nintendo to help you, hey, like the cool guy of the party is like, hey, he's all right.
Yeah. And then everybody else.
Then maybe that can happen.
Yeah.
Like, all right, hey, Nintendo, if you say Xbox is okay, he's okay, and he's just some nerdy kid, he's cool in his circle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But not so much over here with the Luigis and the plumbers.
Right. The plumber brothers. And yeah, no, and maybe we'll hear something at TGS. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something. We'll keep our eyes open. Now to go on to the Genesis things here. So Sega Genesis, they announced Castlevania Bloodlines, Phantasy Star 4, Contra Hard Corps, Rise Star, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Time Machine, or is it? No, I'm sorry, it's just Mean Bean Machine. I don't know. I'm thinking Time Machine. I'm thinking of our content. You know how it is. It just consumes my life. Shining Force, Echo the Dolphin, Shinobi 3, Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Streets of Rage 2, Gunstar Heroes, one of my favorite games of all time, Musha, and Strider. It's a solid list.
And when you go when you put them next to each other, Sega versus Nintendo, you're like, oh man, and there were people that were Sega kids. Dang, bro, you lived a hard life. Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't mean that.
Well, no, it's okay because we're stacking Sega Genesis versus N64. I'm gonna say it's not fair, Chris. All right, I'm gonna say it's not fair.
I'm gonna say it's not fair either.
Oh my god, dude, that's too good. But to go along with that, I want to let people know also, just like they did with the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, you can get your controllers or Joy-Con controllers for Sega Genesis and N64. They're wireless. That way you could play these games the way they're meant to be played. with a good old classic Sega Genesis controller.
Well, the N64 those are terrible controllers.
They're not the best. That Trident controller from N64 that had the D-pad that was never used.
Because people were excited on Twitter about it, dude. It was like, you poor idiot. You don't know how terrible the controller is. I'm like, you never played Mario Snap. And I'm not gonna say why I put my hand up like this, or like, but just you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Mario Party.
Did Mario Party? Yeah, Mario Party and Pokemon Stadium. Just know, with me putting my hand up like this, if you know, you know.
Yeah, and if you don't know, just Google Mario Party glove. You'll get everything you need to hear. You'll get everything you need to hear. Let me make sure Mario Party glove actually. Okay, good. Just Google those images. You'll get something. I just want to make sure it doesn't take anybody anywhere wrong. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. All right. So let's continue with the list here. So then we got some. I think this is the better half of the list in my opinion here. We got Castlevania the Advance Collection. For those who don't know, it's the Game Boy Advance Collection of Castlevania games, coming along with new concept art. They're going to have the regional releases, so you get Europe, Asia, and American markets there, and you get a rewind feature. I think those are pretty cool for these hard-ass games, especially when you're someone like me who doesn't have enough time to kind of run through these games like he used to. The rewind feature sometimes becomes a good thing, so I'm all for this.
I thought it was super cool. Already out. So if you hear Castlevania and you're like, dude, this is right up my alley. I saw the show. I heard the writing wasn't that good, but you know what? I want to check out the games.
Yeah, why not? Check it out.
Yeah.
Also, ActRaiser HD Remaster also out now. That game, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. I just love the soundtrack of that game. That game is a great soundtrack.
When you were geeking out with Joshua earlier, I'm like, look, the only two nerds excited for this. I'm like, and the only other, it's funny because you're the nerds who like this, and in other nerd groups, there's the nerds who are like, oh my god, this game, and the rest of us are like, I have no idea what this is.
But
I had the feeling that I was meant to be excited about. You know, they're showing me like, and I'm like, it's like when your grandma gives you a gift and she expects you to be like, oh my god, and you're like, I don't know what this is.
I got you.
It means a lot to you, and I'm not a terrible child.
It's a good game. I guess it's kind of rare. I don't know how much it goes for, but all I know is that Yuzo Koshiro does the music. For those who don't know, he did the music for Streets of Rage. He's a phenomenal composer when it comes to like these old like chip tune or just music in general. He also does like Maximum Tune, stuff like that. So if you're a fan of Maximum Tune in the arcade racer, oh yeah, that's your boy Yuzo Koshiro. Check him out.
Not bad. All right.
After that, we got Deltarune, I believe, which is like another chapter for Undertale, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
It's a free update. You get chapters 1 and 2. It's out now. I'll be honest with you. This might be a hot take. I don't like Undertale. I know a lot of people like Undertale. I don't. I think it sucks.
Liquid.
Yeah.
First of all, I can't stress enough that Liquid does not share the opinion of everyone of the microtransaction. His opinions are on his own.
It's a
It
shared
cannot be
opinion.
held in the court of law, okay? And inside a shared opinion, I don't want to die. But people love that game like
I know.
way too much.
Right. Way too much. Exactly. Way too much. I played it. Maybe I wasn't in the right mindset when I played it, but I just didn't like it. It didn't speak with me.
You know what's funny? I stopped playing it because I felt like I feel like I was trying to force it.
Right.
And then I was just like, well, I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna play this game, and it's gonna be like, wow, this is awesome. Not just, but I'm waiting for that moment in time.
Like
because it's on Game Pass.
Oh, is it? Okay. That's cool. You see, I actually paid for it. You know what I'm saying? It was on sale one day. I paid for it, I think on the Vita, and I played it. And like I was like, okay, this is okay, I guess. Like I don't see what the big deal is. And then there's like the goat mother who was just like, you can't go out there because there's monsters out there.
Whoa. Be careful with spoilers.
Damn it. All right, I was gonna say I had a thing.
I know where you were going. I know where you were going.
Stupid bitch. All right, let's continue. So then they announced Mario movie. All right, Mario's coming out with a movie. It's going to be with Illumination Studios. It's going to be released December 21st, 2022, specifically for the US. They said Japanese release dates and I think Europe is going to be announced later. And I'm like, oh, you know why? Because you know damn well where that Hollywood money is, and it's right here in the United States of America. So you know where to put that date at.
Yes. Hey,
Dude,
baby.
I thought it was so funny because I'm just like, dude, because like Nintendo's obviously they're a Japanese company, but like even though the United States spends more money on video games than Japan does, they do. That's essentially that's true. But Nintendo still stays traditional to that Japanese market, and they still give them, you know, like benefit, like all the like, you know, like some of the cool stuff. You know, PlayStation is sort of geared towards American market now. I don't. They kind of spread a little more that way. But Nintendo,
they like money.
yeah, exactly. They decided, hey, money actually helps us in the long run, and yeah, they decided to go that route. So the fact that I saw this, I'm just like, Nintendo, like you're finally doing it. And then they announced some.
Hold on. You're not gonna just.
I was gonna go down the cast.
Oh, you're moving on. Okay, I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I was like, you got okay.
Yeah, no. We're gonna talk about the cast. So yeah, so they announced the cast. That was the kind of the big reveal of this portion of the show, which was they had Mario as Chris Pratt. You know, he's gonna be a more talkative Mario. That's fun.
I love how divisive the internet is on this alone.
Why is that?
People are like Chris Pratt.
Mm-hmm.
People, so it's funny because like people want like, why can't you just get an Italian guy? And then other people are like how are you gonna do this with Danny DeVito right there?
That's like if
I
you
don't
said
know.
Charles Martinet, like the original, like the guy who does the mumbles for Mario, that I'd get that. Which they talked about him as well. But Danny DeVito, really, like.
So someone said, "Hey, Danny DeVito," I gotta say, I don't hate it.
No, me neither. I don't hate it.
I'm excited to see what he does.
Okay.
And I like how he hasn't said anything.
No.
Because he knows he has to like let the nerd rage pass.
I was shocked more than anything. I didn't hate it.
Me too.
And it's so funny because going back to Danny DeVito, because like people said the same thing about Detective Pikachu. They wanted Pikachu to be Danny DeVito's voice, and it's like, dude, like what? People just want Danny DeVito. That's just all it is. They just want Danny DeVito as a character. That's all they want.
He has such a good voice, man.
Yeah. We got Anya. What's her name? Taylor Joy, if I'm not mistaken. She's playing Peach. We got
Chick from the chess movie.
from the chess show. What's the show called?
whatever it's
Queen's
called.
Gambit. It's a good show. It's a good show.
It is that the main girl, just in
Yeah.
case, because she's on the come up. She's had one big, like I guess, season.
Yeah.
But on this cast, I would say that she's the unknown, really.
Yeah. Sure. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I'd agree. Then we got Charlie Day as Luigi. That's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm excited because Charlie Day only does Charlie Day. He's only ever just him.
Right.
Everything he does, and I'm like, that's gonna be in Luigi form, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm here for it. I'm so here for it, dude.
Then we got Jack Black as Bowser.
I love Jack Black. I'm like, it takes a lot for me to hate anything Jack Black does, so I'm here for it.
Now, everyone who doesn't know, maybe a hot take. I'm not a huge Jack Black fan, but honestly, him as Bowser, I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that could be really good, actually.
And he's a phenomenal actor.
Oh, I'm a phenomenal actor. That's a okay. We got Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, which
Amazing.
Yeah, we've seen him in Toy Story 4 as a stuffed animal. I think that same energy, that same sort of character is going to be with Toad, and I'm here for that part. I think that's going to be hilarious. Okay. And then closing it out, we got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
I can't wait to hear that laugh come through Donkey Kong.
Dude,
like,
same.
It's the thing that worries me about this is last time I saw a list like this for a cast from an animated movie was the Lion King movie.
The live action one?
Yes. And I'm like, okay, hey, the cast is solid. This has to be good. it wasn't that good.
No.
And so it kind of worries me, but I'm like the actors are really good in this movie.
Right.
So I'm like, it's what were we talking about? We were talking about line delivery. I think on the extra episode that just came out for free. That's why it's so fresh in my head. But like sometimes like the acting, or like things are poorly written, but they're said well. So
Okay.
I think were we talking? Yeah. So I think at worst case scenario, that's how it's gonna be. You're gonna have like poorly written things said very well.
Okay, and good. That's fine. Well, hopefully they nail it. I'm hoping the writing stays strong because I think with this cast, I think it could make for a great movie. All right, and then the last two things on the list here. So we got Splatoon 3. It was a gameplay trailer. No date, but a gameplay trailer. Does this do anything for you?
Apparently this is what Sony did, and it's like, wait, we can just put out for trailers and we don't have to tell anybody when things come out? They're like, nah. And like, great, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
People were so excited. The music slaps.
Oh, it always does. I think Splatoon does great with the music.
And it always reminds me when I was Lyft driving and I picked up a girl and she was traveling across America to visit her Splatoon clan.
Wow. That blows my mind.
And I was like, good for you. So honestly, this Splatoon game I'm probably gonna buy because of her.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, if you got part of this community and it made you want to travel America, then I'll drop some money on it.
Well, hey, if you'll get it, I'll get it. We can Splatoon together. I played a lot of Splatoon 2, surprisingly. I played through the whole story, and I played a little bit of online as well. It's just playing by yourself kind of sucks, Mario Party. But but no, hey, that's cool. I'm down to try it if you get it, especially now that we can use Bluetooth headsets without needing an extra adapter. It's now supported.
I wonder if this will work on the Switch. Bluetooth.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If it's Bluetooth, yeah. Give it a shot. Man. Let us know. Follow up with us. Let us know.
Remind me, because I think that'd be fun. I'm like, oh, what peripherals do I use on my Nintendo Switch? Xbox. That's what she confirmed.
Yeah, sure. And then last but not least, we've got Bayonetta 3 with a release date of 2022. Chris, you saw the trailer. What did you think?
That poor Switch.
It's going to explode.
Chug so hard.
Right.
And you could tell they were they're trying their best to honor Bayonetta 2 and be like, hey, look how cool things look. They're a little different. That's because time has passed, I guess, from the second game to the third game. I've never played a Bayonetta game. I just know people like the character Bayonetta. I know that she was god tier in Smash, on the Wii U or something.
Okay.
But I thought it looked pretty meh.
Same.
I thought it was a weak ending for the show. I was happy for people that are excited for this, but I think it didn't present well.
Right, I agree. I think I completely agree. I think it was very bland. It was very just a little. It just didn't carry the weight that the rest of the show did. It didn't close great. I felt like the graphics kind of looked bland, which is kind of what you're gonna get. I like Bayonetta. I liked part 2. I enjoyed it for the Wii U. Even I beat it. I do plan on still getting this, but yeah, it didn't close as strong as I would like to. I would have hoped, but I don't know. We'll see. I think it looks pretty as far as when she's doing her little action scenes, and it looks like it from what we saw. Obviously, they're gonna show us the greatest part of it. It runs well, but yeah, we'll see what happens when that Switch when we put it into the Switch, if it explodes our systems or not.
Yeah, it's definitely there's no way this thing doesn't chug.
Yeah, no, I'm sure we're gonna see some frames dropping when we boot it up a little bit. When you see a lot of characters on the screen, I'm sure we'll see it chug along.
Yeah, and it's just I hope for the people that made this game that it's as good as they want it to be, and they're not limited by the Switch, but we are coming towards the point where the Switch's limitations are starting to be felt.
Right. Sure. Hopefully they come up with that Switch Pro sooner or later. But I think, do we have anything else to say about that? I think we're ready to close it out.
Yeah, we can just close it out. Nintendo Switch. It was overall. I'll give our overall opinions. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
The high points were high. I'm gonna say they were real high because no one saw, like, video games that were coming out, and the movie or in the movie cast list. Then you had lows like Dying Day, whatever the hell that game.
Oh,
that's
Dying
been out
Light.
for
Yeah.
Dying Light, and then you're like, I'm waiting. Show me the next thing, please.
Right.
So
No,
I thought it was pretty good.
I agree. I think it's very good as well. Nothing really great. Nothing that's good. You know, I like you said. I really like the N64 stuff. It was, it had some nice surprises. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's gonna wrap it up for our show here. Again, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to let the people know before we let them go for the night?
I love you so much.
Well, that makes both of us, because I love you all too. So that being said, I'm gonna leave you all with as usual here. Love each other. Take care. Above all else, be cool. This has been a microtransaction. We'll see you next week.